Thanks for tuning in. Stuart here, and I've been in Oxfam. Somebody got somebody to record me while I was going through the records. I've been through these about a month ago, and I've recorded that as well. So you could even go back and look at that video and see how many of the same titles are still there. But anyway, let's go through these and have a look. It's only a few minutes long, so let's go.
Okay, so just
Vertically like this.
yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, so yeah, the first one there, yeah, Vaughan Williams. That's only £1. Yeah, I didn't bother with that. I mean, there'll be plenty of people that will say, "Oh, I should have taken that one." Well, maybe I should have, but I only tend to take what really sort of interests me and which I sort of find records interesting. And for some reason, that one didn't. However, I can see now that it's got the Overture to the Wasps on it, and I probably should have bought it just for that because it's a fantastic overture. Schwarzkopf, Four Last Songs. That's on an ASD. That's a reissue. So obviously the original is an SAX. Here we've got Tchaikovsky Symphony No. 7. That's the Columbia. And what does it say? Yeah, world premiere recording. Obviously that's some kind of reconstruction, and that's $1.99. That did not interest me. I must admit though, I haven't heard that, and I don't know if any of you guys have heard Tchaikovsky Symphony No. 7. It's a bit like Beethoven's No. 10, isn't it? Which I have heard, and sometimes maybe some of these incomplete works should be sort of left in obscurity. So I don't know about Tchaikovsky No. 7. Stravinsky, Le Noches, no, that's a mono Philips. I didn't bother with that. Danse Macabre, 15. Now, why is an SPA, World of Great Classics, 15? The reason being that I believe that Danse Macabre is a reissue of a famous record called Witch's oh dear, is it Witch's Brew that was put out on RCA? Possibly, yeah. And that is a big money record. So £15 for that. I've never would really pay more than a £5 even for a really good SPA, but yeah, you never know, it might fetch that. Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm hesitating and pausing on it. There's no way I'm going to pay £15, but I'm just trawling through my memory as, that I think that is a reissue of Witch's Brew. So Shostakovich No. 10, Andrew Davis, £1, Classics for Pleasure. No, I didn't buy that. Schubert, Rosamund. I mean, this is all excellent music, but I've sort of either got them already or I just don't consider them to be worth buying. Okay, Ravel's Bolero, that's a contour record, which actually is quite good as a sort of reissue label. That's a couple of pounds. I didn't buy it. Hush By Baby, no, obviously $4.99. I'm trying to work out why that's $4.99. I don't know why. Hush By Baby. I expect it's music to play while your child is maybe trying to get to sleep. Yeah. Carl Nielsen, No. 3, Leonard Bernstein on CBS. I'm not too sure how much the price is there, but I wasn't interested in that. Now, okay, Paganini, Concerto No. 1. Let's see what I do with this one.
I think I might have looked at that one last time.
Yeah, I picked that out. I seem to remember seeing that in there before. They may have reduced the price from like £5 or £6 to £3, which is why I've picked it out on this occasion. So Prokofiev No. 6, I think that's a bit much really for a Dynagroove. I don't know why, but I was never really much interested in Dynagroove records. Yeah, I mean, I think they sound good, but they've got no kudos, unlike the Living Stereo series. Mura Limpini, that's a mono, no, £3. Ravel, Daphnis and Chloe, that's an ASV. That's kind of interesting. Maybe I should have bought that. I thought £4. I would have bought it for £2.
Daphnis and Chloe.
Yeah, you see, I'm going back to look at it because I'm thinking, yeah, that's a sort of unusual record. Shall I buy it? Shall I buy it? And if I look at a record and flick back and then flip back to it and I rethink about it, shall I buy it? I'm processing in my mind all the time, do I want to pay £4 for this record? And in the end, I couldn't really see that it was quite interesting enough. I'm interested that it's got Patek Philippe on the front because obviously they're sponsoring the record, the watch company. So no, I didn't buy it. Maybe when I go back next time, it will be reduced to £2 and I will buy it.
£4.
Okay, Lalo, Symphony Española, that looks to me, that's a Victrola. Previn, I think that is probably a reissue. I didn't buy it. Okay,
Samson's Piatigorsky.
yeah, this looked
Probably
interesting.
not in good condition.
Now, I took that out, yeah, I said probably not in good condition, absolutely right, and it was in poor condition, I did not buy it.
I'll look at it anyway.
Scarlatti, you know, I've never been into Scarlatti. I could just never get into his millions of harpsichord sonatas. If any of you guys have got some Scarlatti recommendations, which are the best sonatas to listen to, let me know. Although actually, just going back to that one, let me just go back. The 12 Symphonies of London. Oh, actually, oh no, I should have bought that. I should have bought that. I think so often I see Scarlatti and I think, oh God, harpsichord. Yeah. Actually, that might have been interesting. I regret not buying that.
Condition. I'll look at it anyway.
Shostakovich number 10, I think that's a mono. Dennis Brain, that jacket is in such awful condition, but even in good condition, I wouldn't have bought it. That was Richard Strauss, horn concertos. Tchaikovsky, Symphony number 6, that's, I think it's a World Record Club, no. Stravinsky, On an Argo, Tchaikovsky, Richter, that's a really common record, £3, I didn't bother with that. Okay, Nielsen, Poulenc, I didn't buy that, £3. Okay, Prokofiev, Ugly Duckling and Cinderella. It says first in 35mm recording, Everest. No, I didn't buy it, it didn't appeal to me. And the fact that it's a first in 35mm recording, I don't think it adds too much interest to it. That's a Russian import, Kondrashin, and Gilels playing what, Prokofiev piano concertos. That's a mono. No, I didn't buy it. Ruzel, I think that's a fake stereo. No, I didn't buy that. But if it was genuine stereo, I might have. Schubert, Pregioni Sonata with Tortelier. No, you know, Tortelier doesn't really sell. I mean, Tortelier is not really a collectible artist. £5, I think it's too much for that. Schubert 1 and 2, £8, too much. Lovely works, good record actually, but I think, you know, maybe at £3 or £4 I would have bought it. Zubin Mehta, £8. I went past this because I think I saw it before, and I think it's a narrow band. Richard Strauss, Sinfonia Domestica, Karajan, I've seen that record thousands of times. No. Strauss horn concertos, that was in there before. I checked the condition and there was a mark on it. Fontana, that's a mono. No, I didn't bother with that. Stravinsky ballets, no, I didn't bother with that one either. Chandos, now I would have been interested in this, but not at £15. That is a bit strange for that price. That's way over the top, I think. Stravinsky Violin Concerto, that's a reissue. No, I didn't buy that.
15.
Yeah, I went back to look at that because I'm just staggered at the price.
Wow. That's a reissue.
A mono, Tchaikovsky, no. Here we are. Good.
Milstein, Tchaikovsky, Angel. Look at it.
Yeah, I'm hesitating because it's an Angel, but then I realised, well, wait a minute, because an Angel is the label that EMI used to put out their ASDs in America, but also Capitol put a lot of material onto Angels as well. So I thought, well, wait a minute, it's Milstein, it's a stereo. Yeah, it's got to be worth £3 of, you know, of anybody's money.
So
Tippett, no, I absolutely loathe Tippett. No.
American EMI.
Halle, no. Walton.
Okay, so look at these then.
To be honest with you, I don't even like Walton. I like his film music, but I can do without his symphonies.
That one's
Hyde.
worth looking at.
Yeah, that would be a good one. Here we are. Yeah, finally we're finding some good records now. Yep. Andras Schiff, Bach, Goldberg Variations, 2 discs, £3.
That one's worth looking at too.
Yeah.
Organ, no.
Yeah. Grieg, Piano Concerto, I think that's the CFP. No. Now, this one, £1. It's a Polish record, Musa. And I did buy this one, and to my disappointment, it's one record of a 2-record set. It's Beethoven Symphony Number 1, Symphony Number 9, and it's the second record. So tough luck for me. And, you know, it took me a while to realize when I got it home. But I'd rather have it than nothing at all, because it's sort of unusual. And it's stereo, and it's an SXL, oddly enough, but nothing to do with Decca.
2 symphonies, Tom, which, well, that's a Polish. I'm not into that for £1.
No, I wasn't interested in that. And Sophie Mutter and Ocado, I wasn't interested. The jacket's a bit tatty.
Bach,
Beethoven's Eroica, yeah, I actually went. Yeah, I'm sort of hesitating on that, thinking. I mean, if the jacket had been in really nice condition, I would have bought it. Okay, Beethoven's Eroica. Quite embarrassing this, because I actually take it out.
Look at the label. Is that a tulip label?
Have a look, see if the tulip. No,
It's a UK Christian.
I mean, I could tell really from the thickness of the record that it wasn't a tulip.
Anderson, Romeo.
So this one's in fairly good condition, nice
Worth
jacket,
looking at as well.
and I did actually buy that one.
Not that.
Thomason, no, £5. I mean, no, I don't think that will sell actually. Malcolm Arnold, actually a DMM, that's fairly interesting, but £6 is a bit too much. £2 or £3 I might have paid. Bach, Brandenburg Concertos, Raymond Leppard, no, that's quite a common one. I've already got it. Bartok, Schulte, that's a reissue on a Jubilee.
Bartok.
We went past to Philips there, mono, wasn't interested. Beethoven number 2, £3. I would have bought it for £1.
Haitink.
Beethoven Piano Concerto number 2, Arau, I think that's a reissue, wasn't interested. Symphony number 1 and number 2, Kemp, quite a nice CFP actually. I might have taken it for £1, but not 2. There we are, Peinemann, that was there last time. Mono, I mean the stereo is worth having, but the mono, and the jacket is torn as well, as you can see at the front.
That's good in stereo.
Karajan, Beethoven 7th Symphony, that's a contour, £2, that's a reissue, so you know, not worth that money. Here we are, yeah. Sorry, somehow we've gone back. Let's just flip through these. Somehow I went back.
That's good in stereo.
Now, I've been commenting on Stephen Bishop because Philips seemed to do close-ups on faces for a lot of these records. And I mean, you can virtually count all the pimples on Stephen Bishop's nose here. So, yeah, well done, Philips. You really know how to design an LP cover, don't you?
Stephen Bishop. That's not very full.
Yeah, I'll tell you, you can count the pimples on his face. Can you see that? It's crazy.
That's really photo.
Beethoven number 3 with Sirkin. I wasn't interested in that. It's a mono. That's a Mercury. That's a mono. Brahms number 3, Bolt. Good performance. £4 for a common ASD? No. Same again.
Brahms.
Now, this is one that I turned my nose up at last time. It was £5. It's been reduced to 3. And I had come back hoping to see this one for a £5, and I got it for £3.
Ah, that's it. That's the one I wanted.
Yeah. So there we are.
I think they put that down. I think it was £5 when I was here last time.
So Bruckner's 7th. I was sort of interested in this one on Eternal.
That's the one I was hoping would be here. Bruckner, Heinz Rodler. I'll have a look at that one.
Yeah, I ended up not buying that because the condition wasn't good enough, but I was interested in it. That's a common one. Elgar, another common record. Menuhin and Lloyd Webber. Indemit, that's a mono. Giuliani, quite common. Bruno Volta on a coronet. That was sort of interesting, but it's a mono. And I didn't really.
Is that Bruno Volta?
I didn't think it would be sufficiently interesting to buy.
It looks kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Columbia Symphony Orchestra. It's a mono though. So, I don't know.
Yeah, interesting actually, but
That one looks unusual, but I don't know. I can't see it being worth anything.
so here we are. Kubelik, Mahler. No, I wasn't interested in that. Haitink, Mahler, Symphony number 1, £8. I'm not sure why it's that price. Maybe there's something I don't know about that record, but it is fairly unusual, but I think that's a bit much. Mendelssohn, CFP, Scotch Symphony, £2.
£8 for that.
Mozart, this one's quite unusual, 4 horn concertos, but you know, I've got a couple of records with the Mozart horn concertos, and I was in no mood to pay £2 for that CBS.
Mozart, 4 horn concertos. Not seen that before actually.
I mean, I say I've not seen these things before. I mean, it's, you know, I mean, it might be something I've seen 35 years ago and I've just forgotten, because I've seen obviously tens of thousands of records, having been a dealer in them. And that's the kind of thing in the old days I would have just skipped straight past and not even registered it. So, I mean, when I say I've not seen it before, what I really mean is I can't remember seeing it before.
Nah.
Yeah, Baron Boehm there with Mozart. Cantelli, that's a reissue. That's a reissue.
Mozart and Schumann.
Eine kleine Nachtmusik, Mariner, £3, no. Leinsdorf, yeah, that was sort of interesting, but at £4, I would have paid £1 or £2 for it.
Leinsdorf, Marches and Dances.
Yeah, for the marches and dances.
£4 too much.
Here we are, piano concertos, Mozart, £5.
Concertos.
I was interested in that
that.
because I'm sort of collecting the Geza under concertos in the individual releases.
I'll have a look at it. We've got another one.
And that's the last one. We're nearly at the end of the video. You'll be glad to know.
Sirkin.
Yeah. Okay, so now there was also another section which is a 3 for £1, which I bought quite a lot of records from. So you can see what I've bought because I've made another video. I've uploaded it. If you're watching this, you know, I've already uploaded the video where I go through all the records I did buy, and I bought quite a lot. So I recommend you watching that video if you want to see what I did buy. So anyway, I hope you found that interesting, and I look forward to your comments. There will be some of you saying, oh, why didn't you buy this? Why didn't you buy that? And, you know, there were one or two there I regret not buying, but on the whole, I'm pleased with what I got. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.